Hello and welcome to the Reiki Gem Wellness channel. My name is Shannon and I'm a certified Reiki master and teacher and a certified gemologist, and I combine those skills and passions to provide you with the knowledge, the tools, and the opportunities to practice incorporating crystal healing into your everyday life. And this is a weekly episode that I call Let's Talk Crystals. This is a more casual, conversational episode. And these episodes have two goals. The first, to share with you some events in my life the previous week and the crystals and gemstones that I reached out to help support me in my everyday life. This is to give you a practical example of how I use gemstones and how you can use them too. And the second goal is to answer the most frequent questions that I get about crystal healing and using gemstones. So the first part is what happened in my week. Well, a lot went on. It was a big week. It was really exciting. We had a celebration, a family celebration. So we wanted to have fun. We had a day of fun. And that might be difficult for some of us, especially this year, to remember that there are still things to celebrate. There's still fun to be had, that it's nice to get that cake and get out those balloons and celebrate birthdays and anniversaries, even if it's just in your small group that you're quarantining with. It's still important to remember to celebrate life. What helps with celebration is Strawberry Quartz. This is the stone of joy and celebration. And it looks like a very dark pink rose quartz, but it's strawberry quartz. Don't go for cherry quartz, that's a man-made stone. Strawberry quartz is a natural stone. This stone reminds us to have joy, to celebrate with our families and our loved ones, to remember that there is still a lot to be happy about in this world and reasons to celebrate. It is a really uplifting, joyous, happy stone. If you feel that you're lacking in joy in life, then working with strawberry quartz is incredibly helpful. So I brought out my strawberry quartz to celebrate this week. But I had a lot going on. I feel at this time that I'm being pulled in about a dozen different directions. And it's all good, but sometimes it's hard to determine, what do I sit down and work on now? And I always reach for fluorite when I need to organize my work life and my family life. When I sit down with my planner to plan out my weeks and my days, I keep fluorite with me because it helps me organize in my mind everything that I need to get done, what needs to be done this week, what could be done next week, and helps me put them in a logical order. If I'm starting to feel overwhelmed by the tasks that I need to do, then just sitting and meditating with fluorite for a few minutes, actively separating myself from my planner, from my desk, going to my meditation space and sitting with fluorite helps to settle the swirling chaos in my mind of what to do. And when I feel more calm and settled, then I can very carefully draw forth the things that I need to do and figure out how best to lay them out on my schedule. It's extremely helpful. This is very helpful if you're a student as well and you have a lot of subjects that you're studying, many tests that you need to prepare for. It's great for project managers that are multitasking lots of things. Like fluorite and red jasper are great multitasking stones. But yeah, when I need to organize my life, fluorite is what I reach for. But I also had something really amazing happen this week. I hate to be vague, but I can't talk about it right now, but it is something that I essentially had to interview for this week. I haven't done anything like that in a very long time. But I pulled out my combination. This is my extroverts combination. That's what I call it because I'm really introverted. Surprising, maybe, but I'm super introverted. It takes a lot to get me out there with other people. So my combination is Sunstone and Hematite. Sunstone helps to boost confidence and to enable you to put yourself out there and to show off the best aspects of yourself. It also helps when you're an introvert and you need to interact with other people that your energy isn't drained from that effort. And hematite helps you choose the right words for your message. So especially if you're public speaking, if you are interviewing, if you are selling something, this combination of confidence and word choice is really powerful. I actually have a bracelet made for myself of these two stones when I need a little boost of that. If this sounds like something that you need, there are not too many gemstone combinations that I work with, but Sunstone and Hematite for presenting something. Howlite and green aventurine for patience. I combine howlite and hematite and clear quartz with a lot of things, but for this week, Sunstone and Hematite. So before I go into the question of the week, just wanted to let you know that one of the most requested guided meditations will be posted tomorrow, and that's for having patience. Having patience. I've gotten that in the comments a lot. Like, what gemstones can I use for patience? The gemstones I'll be using are howlite, green aventurine, septarian, Vesuvianite, which is also called itacrase, and ocean jasper and emerald are also really good for this as well. In fact, the green gemstones in general help to boost patience. So lacking any of those, if you have a green gemstone, that will help. And then the Reiki Level 1 course should be posted by now. So if you're interested in Reiki Level 1, then I'll put the link down in the description below. And please do enroll so that you can start sharing healing energy with the world. All right, my question that I'll be addressing this week is, what's better, to hold the stone, to wear it? Do you need skin contact with the stone for it to work? And the answer is no, you don't need skin contact for it to work. The energy from crystals and gemstones will not be blocked by fabric. So if you want to put this in your pocket, it's totally fine. Like, the energy from our body exudes out of our skin. Like, our energy isn't contained by our skin. It's not contained by our clothing. It exudes out past out the physical boundaries. And crystals and gemstones, their energy exudes out as well. And I talk about this a little bit in the Reiki Level 1 course as well. But the energy from the crystals isn't going to be blocked by a metal frame for a pendant or by your clothing. So you can wear these in your pocket, have it in a pouch maybe that you carry around your neck. And if you're wearing it in a pendant or a ring and it's not physically touching your body, that's totally okay. You are going to get the energy from the gemstone. It's also important when you want to sleep with gemstones to get their benefits while you're sleeping, either to help you sleep or to ward off nightmares or to enhance lucid dreaming. Often I put a gemstone, I tuck it into my pillowcase so it doesn't fall out onto the floor. But I make sure it's not a pokey one like calcite, and that it's smooth and tumbled so it doesn't poke me in the face if I roll over on it. So you don't need to be physically holding the stone or have it in skin contact with you while you're sleeping. You can have it tucked into your pillowcase or set on the nightstand by your bed. You will receive the energy from it. That's really important. A related question that I get is, if I have multiple stones sitting out near me, am I going to be inundated with the energy of all of those gemstones? No, you're not. Even though we do receive the energy of gemstones, even if they're sitting near us, like this week when I needed that help with the organization, I just had the fluorite by my computer to help me because I can't hold it and type. I did hold it for a little bit to get me started, to get me organized, and then I set it by my computer with the intention that I was going to be receiving that energy. So you don't need to hold it. However, if you like to have some gemstones nearby, in case you need them, the important thing to remember is that we receive the energies of gemstones. It is activated by intention. So if I want the energy of fluorite while it's sitting on the desk with me, the important aspect of it is intention. And that's why I recommend sitting and meditating with the stone, why picking it up and energetically opening up to receive that energy is really important. It's all about intention. But if you have a whole bunch of gemstones sitting near you without the intention of receiving the energy from them, then it will not be affecting you. Now, you can have a gemstone out in general that is meant to clear the energy of a room, and essentially that intention is always open. Like my big piece of selenite, satin spar here, is the intention of it is to help clear this space, and the intention is always there. So it will always be working for me. But I'm not always getting the energy from this mica or from this sunstone. I feel like that was a little long-winded for that, but I hope that it helps. Intention is important. You can keep all of your crystals and gemstones on a shelf nearby, and you're not going to be constantly inundated by all of their energies. It activates when you start the intention. I'm picking up Sunstone. I need help from Sunstone right now. Intention is super important. Well, thank you so much for joining me again this week. And I have a lot of great things coming up. This year started out in the craziest possible way. It settled in to something new for us, and I hope for many people that the opportunities, that the silver lining of this year is starting to accumulate so that we can all try to end this year a little better, a little bit more positive than it started. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again soon.